Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing. The microphone is on, check. The lights are lighting, check. I'm about to teach, preach, and share my experience, basically. Adulthood is a scam. It's a big fat scam. Hi guys, my name is Stephanie Quick and welcome back to our channel. Today's video we're going to be talking about my house hunting experience in Lagos, Nigeria. Now, if you're a Lagosian and you live in Lagos, you definitely know that this place is a ghetto, and house hunting on its own is another ghetto story entirely. It is ghetto. Hey! God, see, this is the second time I'm even filming this video because the first time I was filming at night and I and my friend, we planned to go out, and I feel I hadn't had all my facts together, so that's why I left it. But today I have all my facts and I have everything ready to share with you guys. PSA, this is my personal experience house hunting in Lagos. If you have any tips or anything to add, feel free to add it in the comment section, and I'll do my best to respond to the ones that I can to the best of my knowledge. We're both learning in this video. I just really hope that my experience will be able to guide you, or should I say serve as a what's the word I'm looking for? I just hope my experience will guide you in your own house hunting saga, because it's gonna be a saga. Okay, without further ado, let's dive right into the video. Hey, come on. Are you feeling my glasses? Yeah, I feel like a teacher today. A geeky teacher. That's the vibe. Okay, I divided this conversation into 4. So we have the must-dos, factors to consider, tips/things you must know, red flags, and questions. Actually, so that's 5. I asked my followers on Instagram to feel free to ask me any question regarding house hunting, and I got quite a few, so I'll definitely be answering those questions at the end of this video. So stay tuned and don't go anywhere. So the first section we're going to be targeting is the must do. What are the things you must do? What are the things you have to get them done before you say, okay, let's progress? So my first must do is you must make a plan. If you already live in Lagos or you live in another state, you're planning to move from another state into Lagos, you should make a plan. Where do you want to live? What type of house do you want to live in? Should it be 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom? Are you living alone? Are you moving with family? All those questions, you have to have them sorted and answered for yourself. Okay? Okay, great. So in making a plan, that involves your budget as well. That involves the type of house you want to stay, the location. You just need to have all these questions answered for yourself. You just need to know exactly what you want, because if not, agents will use you to see shaggy. Okay? Now that brings us to the next point, which is getting agents. Now you finally know what you want, you have a plan, you know the kind of house you're looking for, you have it in your head. In fact, it's as if when you enter the house, it's like deja vu, you've seen it before, that kind of thing. Now, where do you get agents? There are so many websites online. I use NigerianPropertyCenter.com. I will attach it to this video and to the link in the description box. Feel free to check it out if you need some agents. Yeah. PSA, some of them are weird. Don't fall for some scams or whatnot. Like, shine your eyes. See, you have to open this eye. See, I'm wearing glasses because I want to have 4 eyes in this video. That's why I'm wearing glasses. You have to have more than 2 eyes when you're house hunting. And that's not a joke. I'm being serious. I'm actually very, very serious. See, I said this the second time I'm filming it because the first time it was stressing me out. I was like, hey God, do I really want to go back into this? Because, see, I was house hunting for 6 months. I'm not joking. My rent expired. So this is actually my second house that I am renting in Lagos. The first house I rented was my first mini apartment. I mean, it was my first... Hey! Jesus, my enemies. Why is it when I'm filming? These are the issues. These are the issues. Okay, so the next point, getting agents via websites. I said Nigerian Property Center. There are so many properties there. So it's actually a very user-friendly website. You just go on NigerianPropertyCenter.com. It has a filter. You put if you're looking for a 1 bedroom or a 2 bedroom, if you're looking for self-service or not service, furnished or unfurnished. So just put it according to how you know you want and press filter, and it will show up. Put everything together and search. Now you will see a list of the available properties. Mind you, some properties are already taken, but they're still on the site. But that's not an issue because every agent's number is attached to these properties. An agent doesn't only know one property. Like agents, they know a lot of properties. So if you call them and hello, good afternoon, I got your number from Nigeria Property Center for this, is this property available? They'll tell you, oh, send me a picture on WhatsApp. You send a picture on WhatsApp. If it's available, they'll tell you, okay, it's available. If it's not available, they'll tell you it's not available. If it's not available, tell them, please share what is available. This is my budget, this is my range, this is what I'm looking for. Blah, 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 blah. Put it all together. I feel I'm talking fast, but yeah, you have to just follow me because today I have to talk fast. You get, like, this class is a very fast class. You get me? I'll give a pro tip. When house hunting, please do not rely on just one agent, except you want to sleep there. I can't count how many agents I had because every good day that the Lord has made, I will go on Nigerian Property Center and I'm getting different agent numbers from different properties because I don't want to just, should I say, limit myself to the faith of one person. Because if they also know that you are fully dependent on them, they will use you to see shege. The shege that they will use you to see, it did not start today. So please, my pro tip, some people, they believe in having just one agent. Good and fine if the agent is your friend or if you know that you want to support the agent. Me, I don't know all these people. They don't know me. I'm looking for my own. They're looking for their own. The next thing, after you get an agent and you finally seen a house you like online, is it available? The agent confirms that it's available. The next thing you want to do is inspection for the property. So you set an appointment with the agent to do the property inspection. Then that brings me to your transportation and mobility. How are you going to move? Are you living in Lagos already? Are you living in another state and you're house hunting in Lagos? If you're doing that, that's such a risky game. Don't do that because you have to see these houses with your eyes, bro. See, some constructors, they don't care about nobody anymore. Have you seen toilets in kitchen? Who does that? Poorly structured. And let's not even go into what I ordered versus what I got. The picture that you snap on the internet is not what you will see when you get there. Which is why it's good to go and see with your two crow eyes. Borrow eye self, join, follow body. As if not, a word is enough for the wise. So your transportation and mobility. For me, my mom had a car. That really saved us a lot from Uber. When you're house hunting, you're not only seeing one house in a day. You're seeing a house, you're seeing like 5, 6, 7 houses, depending on what you're looking for. If God loves you, God loves all of us. If you're lucky, and the first house or the first couple of houses you saw, they tick all your boxes. Congratulations to you. Congratulations. But for people like me that are house hunted for 6 months, going to 7 months, to the point that my rent expired in my previous apartment. Moving forward, the next thing is factors to consider. Now, under factors to consider, I divided it into 2. We have internal factors and external factors. External factors to consider, first of all, is the road to the house. So right from where you people have chosen to meet, right from that meeting point. If you're saying that, okay, this is the road to the house, start looking at the road because some roads are very, very wonderful. And we all know how Lagos can be once it's rainy season. You do not want your house to be in shambles or underwater when it is raining outside. It's not a cute story. You want to make sure that the road is accessible. You want to make sure that the road is tiled, that they have a good drainage system. You shall want to make sure of all these things because you don't want to suffer. You don't want to suffer. After that, the next thing is the area and the location. What area are you looking for? Now, for me, when I came into Lagos 2018, I have started from the bottom and now I am here. When I say that, I've lived in Aja, I've lived in VGC, I've lived in Chevron, I've lived in Igbo, I've lived in Ikate. See, I have lived. And the traffic from those places, in fact, it all depends on you. If you work around Chevron, like let's say you're 9 to 5 and your workplace is around Chevron, it will be a very smart idea to house hunt within Chevron, Aja. You also have to factor in the traffic situation because see, Lagos is overpopulated. We are plenty. You just have to make sure you're not doing penny wise, pound foolish. Next thing, you want to look at the security. Nobody should just have access to you. There should be security, you get me? Now the next thing is compound and parking space. See, I can't count the amount of houses I went to when I was house hunting that as soon as I enter the compound and I see that the parking space is not sensible, I'll just say I'm not interested, please take me elsewhere. Because my first property, the first place I got, I didn't have a car then, so I really didn't care. So at the end of the day, actually it depends on you, because like I said, make a plan. I made my plan. I knew that I needed a compound that was spacious, where I can park my car and be rest assured that somebody will not come and take my side mirror in the night, and I'll wake up and I'll be looking for my side mirror, because crazy things are happening and I don't want crazy things to happen to me and my property. With that being said, there were properties that I went to and it's like, don't worry, because my previous compound was like just a one-line parking. So imagine a 9 to 5. Me, I'm not a 9 to 5. I work from home. Like, I'm liberal. I can do whatever I want to do when I want to do it, how I want to do it. So imagine somebody a 9 to 5 that is probably waking up by 4 a.m., 5 a.m., coming to knock my door that please come and drive out. I want to go out. It's very inconveniencing. It can be very annoying sometimes because so me, I'm coming from there. So when I was house hunting for this my current house, I was like, please, Mabinu, Ejo, I beg you, in the mighty name of God, I don't want that again. Don't wake me up. Don't wake me up. Moving forward, I said neatness of the environment. Now, you don't want to come to a property that the dustbin is overflowing, or like at the compound, the gate itself, you're already seeing dustbin is overflowing and everything. Like, all those things, they attract pests, wild animals like snakes and shit. So you don't want to stay in a dirty environment. You actually want to make sure that your space is clean, your space is tidy, and is well taken care of. Now that is the end of external factors. Now we're going into the internal factors. When I say I wrote down things, like I have my facts. I have facts to show you. Now we're at internal factors. For internal factors, if you enter the compound is nice, it's spacious, it's clean, the environment is good, they have good drainage system, the neighborhood is friendly, it's not rough at night. Okay, great. Now you've entered inside the property. The first thing you want to make sure of is ventilation and natural lighting, because why are you making a room and it's just one window? Like, for goodness sake, we need breeze, we need natural air to flow in and flow out of the house. You want to make sure of the water treatment. What's the water situation like? Do you have to buy water for yourself? Do they do water treatment? You also want to know the light situation. Is it 247 light, 10 hours a day, 20 hours a day? You want to know all of these things, and you want to be sure that it works with your own schedule. The next one is it self-service? Is it service? So there are some compounds that they'll tell you can bring your own generator, and there are some compounds that they'll tell you that your own generator is not allowed here because they use a big generator to power the whole compound. Now, you also want to check for defects in the property. It's not just to enter a house and see that, oh, the house is nice, it's clean, it's ventilated. Check the tap. Is the tap working? Is the socket working? Is the toilet flushing? Is the door opening and closing properly? You just want to make sure everything is on point, because once you agree to take the house, all of that becomes your responsibility, and you do not want to buy extra responsibility on top of the responsibility you already have. So please, be very vigilant. Shine your eye very, very well, if not. And that takes us to my tips and things you must know when house hunting. Now, you finally found the house that ticks all your boxes. You're like, okay, the drainage is good, the environment is good, internal factors and external factors checked. Okay, things and tips you must know when house hunting. Number one, be ready to fill a form that is asking for all the information in your life. You're going to fill 5 guarantors. You're going to fill if you are married, divorced, widowed. You're going to fill if you have 10 children, if you have a pet, if you don't have a pet. You're going to ask you all sorts of questions. I mean, I get the landlord's perspective, but sometimes it's just too much. It's like, come on now. Chelsea, come on now. And then after filling the form, get ready for profiling, youth discrimination, and sexism. They're going to profile you. See, this was not the first house I saw that I liked. The first house I saw that I liked, they did not allow me to get it because they said, oh, I'm a young girl, I'm not married, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I went house hunting with my mom, thank God. So that actually gave me a more, should I say, family-oriented profile. Because if I was only the one house hunting, I swear to God. Because they were asking your occupation. If you say anything, content creator, influencer, you're joking. They just look at you like, When they will not check the age, you're not even one small girl. What are you doing? Content creation, you're social media influencer. They won't take it seriously. What I did was I mostly used my mom's profile to fill our form so that is more should I use the word mature for them. I don't know whether they want us to go and stay under the bridge. I don't know. Or maybe they don't want us to have nice things. I don't know. See, I just don't know. But all I just have to let you know is that you have to be prepared in every area. It's one thing to see a house you like. It's another thing to see a house that likes you. Yes. You might like the house will not like you, the landlord will not like you. All those things, they are like your time is ticking. Like I said, I was living in my previous apartment and my landlady, my rent expired and she was like, I wanted to pay a month extra. She was like, she cannot accept that instead I should make a full down payment of a year, and the moment I finally move out, she's going to do the calculations and reimburse me, which she did. Honestly, like, she didn't waste my time. Immediately I moved out, I texted her and everything. That day she made the payment back, so shout out to her. But I'm just saying that was actually me stretching my budget, because I was house hunting for another house. You want me to pay rent for this place I'm not planning to renew, so it's like my money was hanging and I needed money to look for this house. So I mean, we shall thank God. So after profiling sexism and youth discrimination, you have to make enquiries of outstanding utility bills, baby. You don't want to move into a house and then they're telling you light bill, like they will just bring light bill from nowhere. You'll be seeing 400,000. From where? When did I start living here that I'm seeing 400,000 utility bills? Like, backtrack. Honestly, me, when I moved into this property, so let's say I paid for this property by January, and January, February, I didn't move in until, let's say, March, because I was setting up my house. They now brought light bill from that January of over like 200,000 for this current property that I come and pay. I said, where is this coming from? Like, I'm not going to pay this. And thankfully, the landlady and the landlord, of course, I mean, you can't make me pay for what I did not use. So thankfully, that was out of the way. We were able to trash that and move forward. Then the next one is always inquire how much you can alternate the house. Make sure it's within your budget. I'm trying to look for a realistic example. So let's say you don't like where the toilet is. If you want to move the toilet, or if you want to move a sink, you should ask all those questions, because some landlords will tell you don't touch anything, just leave it like that. Depending on your aesthetics and what you're trying to achieve, shall make inquiries. Don't go and overdo, because once you cross your boundary, anything you see, you automatically sign up for it. So just get ready. Ask a lot of questions. Just ask it. See, be annoying with your questions, because you're going to be the one living inside the house. The landlord is not coming to stay with you. The agent is not coming to stay with you. All these people, they are only hustling for their own pockets. The same way you're hustling for a roof over your head, it's the same way they're hustling for a roof over their head. So don't give in to let it not be as if let it be as if let it actually be as if. Ask questions. Question them. The next one is evaluate tenancy agreement to the T. You see this tenancy agreement, you finally found a house you like, you filled forms, your landlord or your landlady likes you, say okay, approved. They now give you tenancy agreement, you've paid, or you are in the middle of paying. See, don't go and sign tenancy agreement that will tell you visitors are not allowed in the compound once it's 10 p.m. You cannot go out and come back once it's 12 midnight. You cannot see. Please stop it. I beg, stop it. I'm not there for all those ones. Don't come and add to my stress. Yeah, just respect yourself. Seek professional help as well. Make sure you're not reading this alone. Like, sometimes I want to speak baby grammar to confuse you. My idea, Google it. Ask questions, because you don't want to go and do the one that will not put you in a tight corner. Then number 7 is always go house hunting during the rainy season. Now, this is a very good tip, but I mean, it all depends on your time frame when you're trying to move into a house. I think rainy season in Lagos is mostly July, August, September, if I'm not mistaken. Honestly, I don't even know all these things. If that can't happen, like let's say you're not house hunting during the rainy season, then you want to make sure that they have a good drainage. You want to ask the neighborhood how it's like once it rains, because see, we're living on an island. You see this island? We're really living on an island, because once it rains, it's as if we're no longer human beings. We've turned to fishes. Everybody should start swimming, because you can't move. Some terrible floods, you can't move. It's a lie. Where are you going to? Come on, stay home. And I pity you and your car. If your car is where there is flawed because your car is gonna suck water. And that ain't cute. Please. So that brings us to the end of tips and things you must know when house hunting. First, I said be ready to fill a form that requires the details of your grandmother and your village house address plus 5 guarantors. The second one, I said they're going to profile you, youth discrimination and sexism. Are you a single woman? Where's your husband? You're 20, you're an influencer. You want to rent this house? Who gave you money? The third one is make enquiries for outstanding utility bills. You do not want to pay for what you did not use. Inquire on how much you can alternate a house to your style. And fifth one actually is evaluate your tenancy agreement to the T, because you do not want to sign something that will not be in your favor. And then the last one is make sure of good drainage system and always go house hunting during the rainy season. But if you can't go house hunting during the rainy season, make sure the place you are renting has a good drainage system. If you have any more tips or things you would like us to know when house hunting in Lagos, feel free to drop it in the comments. Now, red flags. Wow, I'm so proud of myself. We're almost done. Okay, so red flags. If a landlord or a landlady stays in the same building, please run. See, I don't want to know. Why is my landlord staying in the same compound with me? Why? Like, I just find it very one-kindish. Like, when I was house hunting, I did see houses that the landlords were living in the same compound, and it's mostly older people. And we all know how Gen Zs and what they call their generation. We shall know that we are not on the same page. So I don't want to make person come they say, why are you dressed like that? Why are you going out and coming in by this time? As if in your own time you did not do worse. Please, Edakun, don't come and put monitoring spirit on my body. So yeah, that's my own personal red flag. If the landlord or the landlady staying in the same compound is a red flag, I turn it down. Second one, if the agents ask you for inspection fee. See, I know that they will say if the agents ask you for an inspection fee of more than 5,000. For me, I know they pay shingbai because at the end of the day, I will still pay agency fee. So why are you telling me to pay you 5K for inspection? They tell you I'm not using fuel, so am I trekking? Me and you are meeting in a place, me and you are making the movement around, spending money. You spend money too. If I find a house in your hand that I like, you chop my 10%. So please, don't stress me. Some people, if you have cash to throw away, sure, I mean, why not? Can be giving them 5K. Any agency will be giving them 5K in the name of inspection fee. I know they pay. Sorry, I don't. It's a red flag for me. Like, what if I don't like the house? Sometimes I've thrown away that money. I paid for transportation. Forget that I'm mobile. Like, I buy fuel. My car needs what they call it, servicing. My tire. Do I know the road you're taking me to? If you want to do it, feel free. For me, peace. The third one is if the house is giving mini shortlet/hotel. I don't advise to rent it. See, for us Lagosians, we know the famous 1004. If you take me to a house or to a property and the place is giving 1004, that some people have bought it, they're using it to do shortlets, honestly, I would not rent that house because I want a strictly residential place that I am rest assured that I know the people that are coming into my compound, not a shortlet that today is Musa, tomorrow is BC, next tomorrow is Adebayo, next tomorrow is Femi. The fourth red flag is if landlord asks you to pay 2 years rent in advance. Now, this is a good and a bad thing at the same time. It has its pros and cons. For me, it's like, why am I paying 2 years ahead of time? Maybe except we have an agreement that, oh, if I want to move out, you will refund me, whatever. But I just feel if you have the money, sure, you can do it. But for me, I wouldn't. Do I know if I want to be in this house for the next 2 years? What if I want to travel? What if I want to jackpot? What if I buy my own house by the grace of God? And my last red flag is don't give into any agent's pressure or sweet talk. Yes, of course, they're trying to sell markets, so they will tell you everything nice you need to hear. Even if they are clearly seeing that kitchen is inside toilet, they say, madam, it's nice now. Is it not within your budget? The price is friendly. It's this. They say, madam, you don't go see this one for anywhere again. This is takeaway price. Madam, for this area, you don't go see anything like this. See, they will wash you front and back. But my dear, you have to be strong-willed. Don't give in to any agent's sweet talk because they're not going to follow it stay inside the house. By the time you pay agents, you pay your rent, you're alone, no? You're alone in the jungle. And that brings us to the question area. Hold on, let me check if we're still recording. Okay, yes, we're still recording. The first question is, where is the best location on Lagos Island? So this is a mute. To me, I feel this is a self-relative question. It all depends on you. Like, where do you work? What's your budget? Because different areas attract different prices. The budget for VGC and Aja is not the same budget you carry to VI and Ikoyi. Please. I feel it's a relative question, so all depends on you and your budget at the end of the day. Next question is, what was the ideal house I was looking for? For me, I was looking for a house that was spacious because I live with my mom, and my first apartment was a one bedroom. It was a one bedroom, one living room, one kitchen, one everything. I was still very much a mommy's girl. We were sleeping on the same bed and everything. So this current house, I wanted a place that had more space, more ventilation. I wanted my room, I wanted my privacy. Like I said, I work from home. Like currently right now I'm in my house, I'm filming this video. Everything is just soft and convenient for me. Factors I shared with the factors that I use when house hunting. So the next question is, what's the most important thing to look out for when house hunting? I've answered this before in the video, so if you've watched the video from the beginning, I'm sure you'll find your answer in the video. So the best place to get a house in Lagos, mainland or island? Like I said, this is also a relative question. It all depends on you and your budget. If you work on the mainland or if you work, it's a relative question. I cannot answer some questions for you. Like, you have to have a plan for yourself. Next question. If you're going for a house on the island, what should be your budget? Now, the island is actually very, very big, and I feel the island is divided into three. We have VI and Ikoyi. We have Phase 1 and Ikate. And then we have Chevron down to Aja. So these three sections, they have different budgets. VI and Ikoyi, they are like high price. They're very, the prices there are very, very high. Phase 1, it all depends. Some places are high, some places are okay. It's fairly priced. And then for Chevron to Aja, you see sweet houses for takeaway prices. But like I said, don't do penny wise pound foolish, because the traffic no be here. The next question is, what are the key things that you need to look out for when searching for a house in Lagos? I answered these questions already. If you watch the video, you definitely find your answer. Next question, how to get agents that are trustworthy? I said this before. There are so many websites, but I use nigerianpropertycenter.com, and the link is attached in the description box. Thank you. Next question, are Lekki houses really worth it? To be honest, no. A lot of them are not worth it. I'm not even gonna cap, because most of them are old houses, and when you move in, you have to do renovation for yourself. And that's why I also said that you have to also ask question how far, like how much you can alternate the house, because you are renting, you're gonna move out of this place, you not buy the house. Don't overdo things that are permanent. Like, make sure that whatever you're doing, if you're to move out today, you pack all your things. Me, my floor, if they say, Stephanie, oh yeah, get out of this house, I'll pack my floor, I'll pack my lights, I'll pack all my things, because I made sure that I didn't do a lot of permanent things in the house. Maybe the POP I did, I can dash next person, but aside from that, every other thing, I'll take it to my next house. Next question, what's the utility bill like? Like I said, this is a relative question. Some people's houses are self-service, some people's houses are service. So all depends. Me, I do not want a self-serviced house. Like, I wanted a service house, because currently the situation of things in this, our great Nigeria, is becoming worse and worse every day. I do not want to be struggling for fuel to put in my generator. Honestly, I didn't want any of that, so I really didn't want a self-service apartment. So like I said, it all depends on you. Next question, did they have any reservation towards accepting a young unmarried woman? My dear, yes, I suffered. I saw Shege as a young unmarried girl. Finding a house in Lagos, it takes the grace of God. Finding a good house in Lagos, it takes the grace of God, especially as a young person. You just also have to be prayerful and just ask for direction, and that kind men will go ahead of you, that they should be willing to help you. They should not be looking at you funny. So next question, which areas are great to look out for when you're considering space and security and light too? All depends. So that's why I said that when you get to whatever area that is within your budget, you ask questions around. You ask how's the life situation, because see, one thing about this Lagos, nothing is permanent. There are some places that they've had great life situations before, and all of a sudden it became bad. All depends that whenever you get to wherever you are, I'm getting tired. When whenever you get to whatever whenever you get to whatever whenever you get to whatever area that the house is in that you want to rent, ask people, ask a lot of questions. Don't be ashamed. Next question is, what's the utility bill like? Currently, my apartment is service. We do diesel contribution for the year, and we pay for our lights by ourselves. So whatever lights you use, you pay for it basically. That's that for that. And I believe we've come to the end of this video. I really tried my best to be as transparent and helpful as possible. I really hope my experience enlightens you and gives you guidelines when house hunting. I hope this video was insightful, but you get the vibe, you get what I mean, you get what I'm trying to say. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know your own house hunting experience in the comment section. Love and light. Peace. Mwah. Ciao. See you in the next video. The next video should be what's the next video? Let me know. Bye. What you saying?